Everything that you've learned about finance is backwards from how it really is. You've been taught, as was I, as was Sterling, earn more money. The more money you earn, the more power or influence or ability to get rich that you can have. That's not true. The more money you earn, the more it's taxed.
I was thinking about the health insurance deduction, and maybe we could talk a little bit about how that works if people have different options, like if they have a C Corp or a sole proprietorship or an LLC, because there is different rules around the actual insurance itself, correct?
Yes. And because this is where, if you're a business owner, you get to double dip. And we always are talking about how the tax code is not, thanks, Kenny, I see that. The tax code is not set up in a way that's just, it goes up if you make more money. It's not set up so that, rich people don't pay tax. That's not actually true. Rich people pay the highest, worst case tax if they're not structured correctly. Now, most rich people know better than to actually make money. That's why they don't pay tax. If you don't make money, you don't pay tax. That's kind of how it goes. So the benefit of the tax code always comes to makers in the economy. And makers are people who are creating jobs, who are making widgets, who are benefiting the economy. Takers are the people who have jobs and don't benefit the economy, and they're always going to get hammered with taxation. So when we start talking about, as we have been continuing to talk in this podcast about how do we stack cash without having to hand it over to the IRS, to the taxes, look, everything that you've learned about finance is backwards from how it really is. You've been taught, as was I, as was Sterling, hey, earn more money. The more money you earn, the more power or influence or ability to get rich or whatever, wealthy, that you can have. But folks, that's not true. The more money you earn, the more it's taxed. And we know that's true because how many taxes do we run into? You earn the money, you only get half or 60% of it because they withhold the taxes from you. And then they store it in some great place where they're probably using it for their own benefits. And then you get it a year or more later after inflation's whacked it down. And if you guys think it's still 3% inflation, go look at the Federal Reserve website and you'll find out the nice double digits that we really are. And then when you want to use the money, what happens? It's sales tax. Now, we talked about the sales tax deduction, which is a huge benefit if you know how to use it. Oh, and by the way, I want to clear up. Somebody asked, can I use the sales tax deduction and my local taxes or the tax on my house together? No, you cannot. You can use one or the other. Now, look, the taxes that you have on your house are probably, some of you guys, depending on, especially if you're in LA, like where Sterling is at least $10,000. But you can only use one or the other. You cannot combine them together. But we have sales tax, then we have property taxes, and then we have local taxes. We have state taxes. Now, I don't have state tax. I live in Tennessee, which is a huge benefit. I can't tell you how beneficial that is. And then we have estate taxes once you pass. And then, you get the money back after you've, filed your taxes and it comes back to you. And it's been degraded by inflation. And then at the little bits that you have left, what have they done? They go dump it into your 401k and into your IRA. And you're like on this dreams of we'll match it for you. Yeah, but your traditional IRA and 401k are one of the worst financial decisions that you could make because it's literally costing you money to put it in there and intrinsic value. And then they con you into believing in the riches of avarice by believing that you can put your money into a market that's designed to take retail traders' money and recycle it. And then, insult to injury, the IRS has a very special place in hell if you happen to lose money, and a special taxation there where they will tax you the maximum amount on all your profits, and you can only take a minimum amount of deductions if you lose. Does this sound like a wealth strategy built into being a taker in the economy? No, it's definitely to keep us down. So if there's some of you who are asking how do I get these benefits that you're about to talk about? These, I can write off my health insurance? Yes. Absolutely. But you need some kind of a side hustle to do it. Again, that's why you walk into Liberty Tax or H&R Block and they're going to, do you have a business? No. Oh, okay. Well, you do now because there's a bunch of stuff that comes with that. Is it more complex? Yeah, but it's the price of doing, literally the price of doing business is doing that. Is this making sense to you, Sterling?
Yeah, it is. Sometimes it just gets overwhelming, but yeah, it definitely makes sense. And I think it's such a con. Like before, when I was an employee, I thought. Now I realize what a con it is. Right? Not only do I not have any say over my control of my time, or how I spend my week, or how I book my regular life schedule. It's so much better being a business owner and getting up in the morning and deciding whether or not my day should start at 6 a.m. or whether it should start at 10. Better for all areas of my life, and all the little perks and benefits just were such a scam, and it just took a long time to figure out. If you're going to work hard, you might as well work hard for yourself. At least decide what time you're going to get your own coffee.